Hey, Dad. All right, so what we need to do is you log into Shutterfly, obviously, and since you already have the uh, Shutterfly extender add-on added to Chrome, then I don't need to show you that part. But the first thing you need to do, which I've already done, is you need to create a share site. So if you can follow my cursor, I'm going to click here on Share Sites. Now, I've already made one, so I'm not going to go through the process of making a share site because you can probably figure that out. Once you click create a site, it'll walk you through some prompts and then you'll have a share site. And what that share site does is it allows you to share that, like it creates a website for you. You have to give it a name. Um, Mine, I just called it captainearth.shutterfly.com. So you just have to give it something at the beginning. The shutterfly.com part will already be there. Okay. Oh, Lilo's very interested in this as well. Sorry about that. I'm just going to keep going. All right, so I'm going to go back to my Shutterfly homepage. Lilo, hey, stop. All right, so now that I have a share site set up, you can see it's over here. I have some albums I already added. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to add um, albums to this share site. You can see it's captainearth.shutterfly.com. All right, so here I am. I'm going to click My Shutterfly, and then once that opens, I will see a list once it loads. The internet seems to be a little slow for me today. All right, so I'm going to... This website is just... This whole service is garbage. Be so happy to get off of it. So I go to My Photos and I click All Photos. And then it's going to take me to this screen, which you've probably seen before. And I'm going to go to my Kodak gallery because that's where like everything was brought over. It looks like I have one album that I actually created in Shutterfly, but I bet you I have that album somewhere in my Kodak. So you can see this number here shows me I have 73 albums. So that means I need to add each of these individual albums separately. So that's where some of the work comes in. So let's go to show the first 50, show the next 23. All right, so Weekend with the Giddicks I already did, so I'm not going to do that one again. So Baby's Room. So I haven't added this album yet. So what I can do is I can select all. I can see I have 14 pictures in the album. I'm going to select all of these and then click Share. When I do that, I want to post it to my share site, and then I'll click Next. Which share site do I want to add it? Because you can have multiple share sites. But mine is pictures from Kodak Gallery, which is what I named my captainearth.shutterfly.com share site. And then I'll click Post to Site. And now Baby's Room is added. Okay, and then it's, if I want to come in, I don't want to edit any of this. I just want to get the pictures into the share site. All right, so let me do that again because you're just going to want to do this over and over and over. So I'm clicking and holding the back button down so I can see the history. Lilo, hey, stop. Okay, so now I'm going to go to my next album up, which is Noelle's Baby Shower, which was the baby shower for Mary Beth. I'm selecting all the photos. I'm clicking Share. I'm going to click Post these photos to my share site. To the Kodak Gallery one, and then post the site. Okay, and then it's just rinse and repeat. Do that over and over and over until you're done. So actually, as I think about the order of this, I guess it doesn't really matter, but maybe start from the top and work your way down. So that way your oldest albums will be at the bottom, but it doesn't really matter because you just want the photos on your computer. Okay, so what I want to do now is if we look in the upper right corner, right here, this download button, that's the Shutterfly exporter. It's gray right now, which means we can't do anything with it. But if I click into this album, now I'm on that share site. If I click into that album, notice what happens to, oh, maybe I need to, nope, that's it. So notice this button is now green. It's going to put everything in the downloads folder. So I'm going to click download and download my pictures. I don't know what create unique file names allows me to do because when I checked it before, it didn't like give me any options. Like maybe I want to make all the file names start with Noel's baby shower or just Noel baby shower, and then it'll put a number after each of those file names. But it doesn't seem to be the case. So I'm going to click download my pictures, and this is where the beautifulness happens. It's downloading each individual photo from that album. But this is where things can get a little out of hand if you don't do this an album at a time. So what I'm going to do now is, I can see part of my screen capturing didn't show Chrome extend. Like it gets a little longer down below. So here's my arrow. Like down here, you'll just see your files being downloaded. All right. So what I want to do now, Dad, is I want to go over to my downloads folder. But so what I did is I created on my desktop. You create this anywhere you want. Called Shutterfly Albums. I just created that folder, and then if you don't know how to create a folder, you click this gear, click New Folder, and I'm going to call this folder. No, I'm going to try and name it the exact name of the folder, which is, I'm sorry, the exact name of the album. So I'm just going to highlight, copy that, come over here. If I press enter, I can rename this thing Noel's baby shower, and I really hate apostrophes in folder and file names because it can cause problems. So I'm going to open that folder. It's empty, right? I've only downloaded one folder or one album. So if I go to my downloads folder, I can see, press the space bar, you get a little preview. There we go. There we go. Okay. So there are, well, let's see. There should be, well, it says there's 7 photos. Is that how many photos? Oh, right. There's 8 pictures. But if you notice, the first picture it starts counting by 0. So there's actually 8 photos here. So what I would do is just select all, drag them over here. Okay, one album is done. And my downloads folder is clean again. So when I download the next folder, I'll know. So another one I want to download is one I've already created. So if I go back to my albums in the share site, let me download Baby's Room. And while I'm waiting for that to load up, I'll go create a new folder. I'll call it Baby's Room. Isn't that funny? We didn't know her name. It's just Baby's Room. I'll come back over to the share site. The arrow is now green, so we can see, you can't see me pointing on the screen, but there's 14 pictures in this album. So I'm going to click the download my pictures, and then it's downloading each of them. So if I go back to the downloads folder, we can see, oh, I don't know why it puts parentheses. Maybe that's what, aha. Let me download them again. I'm going to delete them. Come over here. I'm going to click unique name again. Create unique file names. Let's see what that does. Because then it puts, there we go. It doesn't put the parentheses. So check that unique file names because you don't want parentheses in your file names. And then Move those over to baby's room. Come back. Like I said, there's a little bit of pain here, but it's not individual. So here's weekend with the Giddicks. Do this again. Weekend with the Giddicks. I'm going to open that folder. Nothing in my downloads because I already moved everything. And I can see there are, all right, it says there are 29 photos. We don't see them all. So what I'm curious is it going to give them all to me? So let me try that. So I'm going to click the download button, click to create unique file names, download my photos. And let's see how many are downloaded. So we're starting with 0. We should end at 28 if it's going to, aha, that's really nice. So we don't have to click over here, the all button to show all. It actually grabs all of them. So that's helpful. And move those over to Weekend with the Giddicks. All right. So I know this tutorial is getting a little long in the tooth, so I'll stop. And I hope this works for you.